It's Memorial Day, and it's been raining all weekend. In fact, I think it rained all week. And the hardening process was continuing until the rain started. So the garden's been inside for several days. I can't say that they're hardened. But yesterday, the garden was given an eviction notice by Joan because the fruit flies showed up. So today, everything was moved back into the bleachers. The peppers that had died were replaced with the last of the spares that I had. And lo and behold, one of the beans had sprouted. I had given up hope on them because usually beans sprout within just a few days, and there was nothing, and I knew I had put them in the wrong kind of soil, so I had given up. But then when I went out there this morning, there he was. So the other three had not, so I transplanted those or removed them and put some seed starter in a little pocket in the middle of the big bucket. So hopefully with this week that we've got coming up, the couple more beans will sprout. They didn't like the soil they were in. Hopefully they like this new stuff. So on the garden deck are 8 buckets of tomatoes, 5 buckets of green peppers, 4 buckets of the bush beans, 4 maple trees, 3 of them healthy, 1 of them not so much, 8 little pots of flowers that are just beginning to sprout, and a very, very unhappy coral charm peony. And then elsewhere around the house, there's 4 more peony bushes, 2 blueberry bushes, and 3 sibling maples to the ones that I've got in the buckets. Although they're several years older, they're quite a bit bigger. And what we previously had planted carrots, or the very first year we had planted carrots in, is now a wildlife flower trough, and it's out in the front yard. Besides moving the garden out onto the deck, we had to do something for our cat. You've previously met our cat. Well, a couple of weeks ago, she got into a fight. And at 17 years old, she shouldn't be fighting. But she still sees the neighborhood as her territory. It's a neighborhood she grew up on. She lived out on the street the whole time. But she's been spending more time inside, and now other cats are encroaching on her territory. Well, she lost, and she needed an emergency vet visit to fix her up. So she's not allowed to roam around the neighborhood anymore. She used to want to go out in the middle of the night, and she'd spend most of the night out there, but not anymore. We'd let her out onto the deck, around here where the garden is, but she discovered that although it's 10 feet down, she can jump it. And at 17, she shouldn't be doing that either. So her unchaperoned time on the deck is not allowed anymore. To keep her safe, we built her what we're calling a catio. I think everybody calls them catios. In her opinion, it may be a gilded cage, but it's still a cage, and she's not very fond of it. She'll eventually find it probably an acceptable alternative to being kept in the house all the time. Maybe not. I don't know. She seems to be getting used to it. The bottom line is the deck is getting crowded with all those buckets out there, with the cat cage, catio out there. Should probably start calling it a catio. It's gotten to be pretty crowded. And since hope is the theme of this garden, I'm hoping all these seedlings make it. I also hope that the stores still have available starts in a few weeks. Or is that a plan? It's both, right? I'm hoping that my starts make it, and I'm hoping that they'll have starts at the store. That was pretty much our Memorial Day weekend. No barbecue, no picnic. Our son came up and saw us, but that was fun. But this weekend isn't really about gardens or cat cages or catios. It's about remembering the men and women that fought and died for our country. My grandmother always called it Decoration Day. That was a little confusing to me growing up. But that's what she called it when she was a little girl, and it wasn't until I was a little kid, a very young kid, that it began to be called Memorial Day. At that time, Decoration Day was set aside to decorate the graves of those that died defending the United States. And at 3 p.m. today, we were supposed to pause and remember the fallen. Thank them for their service. Anyhow, thanks for watching.